Welcome to One Word a Day. I'm Sophie, your pilot into the universe of Chinese. Let's continue unpacking lookalikes. And we have some bloody imageries starting off this week. Battle axe and one swing of battle axe. And now we have that one horizontal line slanted to the side. And it transformed the whole thing completely. Okay, this is shoo. It means garrison roughly. So it's, I guess, the frontier, the borderline, military, as I guess, military post, a group of young soldiers defend the border of a regime. So that's shoo. But why this diagonal line? Okay. It involves with the transformation of how Chinese character was simplified in its writing, and then eventually caused the confusion these days. As we can see here, we have the same structure as before, the axe, but we do miss the big vertical line that was originally, I guess, the edge of the axe of that triangle shape. So that part was removed because I guess the remaining of this is a different thing, a different type of weapon. It's, I guess, dagger speared. So it is a weaponry, sharp things attached to this staff. So it's like a spear, longer range than axe, right? So axe is, I guess, closer body fight versus spear is longer. And then so this right side became gu, as it's a weapon commonly used but not axe anymore because it doesn't have this axe border. And here, the bottom left corner here, if you have been following this channel a lot, this looks familiar, right? It's almost like an English letter N, except it got this extra long tip on the top left here. This thing is a human figure. So we know contemporary Chinese human figure is simply a kind of a Eiffel Tower looking thing. And it's like a frontal view of two legs standing being. That's human, stick figure. But in fact, in ancient times, humans was conceptualized in Chinese language in a profile view. It's not a frontal view, it's a sideway. And this line is the front side of the body. And then this is obviously the head, neck, right? The chain of your torso all the way on here. So it kind of captured the torso, the curvatures by this back side. And so this human front and back side, and even notice Chinese was very intentional on the orientation. Human by default facing toward the left because Chinese believe we move forward by walking toward the left. That's the default orientation. And if you look at the contemporary Chinese, this human figure became the human figure's kind of simplified version. So here is a little bit of a Chinese in its writing format, that this is a bookish human, standard, symmetrical. But sometimes in Chinese rendering, we do have a longer and a shorter end. So this human figure on the right side, instead of like fully make it a full stroke, sometimes in Chinese, I guess, especially the script, speed writing, let's say, human figures may have this shorter dot of there simply because it's a quicker pause and then go to the next character. So it's part of the writing habit. And if you look at the contemporary Chinese here, we can sort of see, okay, this is the contemporary human figure replacing this self-standing human figure that's stand right next to this dagger spear. So we have human next to dagger spear, and then eventually somebody connect this human figure the head or the neck part of the human figure to this frame of this dagger attached to the spear, like as such, so that it almost looks same as the battle axe original swipe over here. That's the confusion part, because later days, if I don't see this imagery, I wouldn't know. This is a completely different thing. It's not the same as a Wu or Xu. This is a separate, self-standing human figure. But for, I guess, the integrity of a Chinese character, we don't want to have floating parts like that. In this case, I mean, Chinese do have floating parts. In the sense of we have top, bottom, left, right, out, and inside, different structures that's made of multiple Chinese characters, like Lego pieces, and then click together to create a new character. But here, it was not expressed as, okay, we have a human figure. In fact, we do have a human figure self-standing paired with the spear, dagger spear imagery, and it's Fa is a totally different character as well. So this Shu and the Fa probably, I should have included that one. They came from the same origin. Basically, it's placing a human figure next to this weaponry. So what that would portray, two ways to view it. One way is Garrison means is on the defense. These foot soldiers stationed in this garrison to defend the current borderline, versus Fa would be the other faraway place regime, have foot soldiers carry these weapons, march over to the other country to play offense. So this is on the defense side. And then Fa, with this human figure separately standing, not attached to the weaponry, that became kind of a march over to, I forgot the English word, but to attack, I guess. Okay, so that would be military maneuver to attack on, like aggressively, to go out and attack your, I guess, enemy country, versus here is on defense, is stationed in a place, defensible place. So here are a few combinations. 戍边边 means border. So this garrison on the borderline. It's almost like repetitive, but here it's just to make sure that we understand this borderline is not like everywhere on the borderline is going to have such garrison, right? It's going to be strategically placed at along the borderline. So this 戍边 was talking about this garrison along the borderline. 戍守. So we're talking about defense. So this is 守 is the sense of it's defending. Its main job of this garrison would be to be on the defense. And 戍卒, 卒 is the foot soldier. Here, I guess I don't need to unpack it over here, but these talks about the person who is in the garrison. So garrison, I guess, was a very common thing back then, to maintain your border, to be on the defense, to protect the peace relatively, right? So that you keep your integrity of that regime. I guess in today's world, it's the same, right? We still have like garrisons along the country's borders, and the 戍 is that character. Thank you for your time. See you another day.